Hey guys, it's Krista again, and let's talk Chanel. More specifically, let's talk Perfection Lumiere. So I have two samples, 1 in 30, and then the one that comes in this package in 20. If I had to give it a letter grade, I would give it a D+. It's not a B, it's a D, like dog. As in, well, it's technically passing, but you're not going to get into Harvard Medical School making those grades. So here's my problem with the foundation. The first color matched me in 32 beige rose or rose beige, whichever. I bought the full bottle. Like, I just knew based on a review, Flower Bomb 31, Natalie, and she works out in hers, it wears all day, she just loves hers, and everything she said in her review really ticked off all of the things on my list of what a foundation must do in order to reside in my makeup box. And while I'm thrilled that it worked for her, I gave it 2 full days. One with the wrong color, which oxidized and got darker and got pinker. That was the number 32, as the day wore on. And I didn't powder it that day, even though it really did feel like I needed to powder it from the get-go. But I don't really like for my foundations to tell me what I need to do to make it work. It needs to perform to my satisfaction and standard. And sometimes I like to powder and other times I don't. And it just needs to get over itself and do what it's supposed to do, whether it's been powdered or not powdered. Especially when it claims to be long wearing, which it says it on the bottle. It is not long wearing for me. And I think the differences for why it works for Natalie and why it doesn't for me is all of her sweating happens in a climate controlled environment. Meaning, like, I do work out in the house. However, I am outside 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 hours in a day, given the situation. And it does not perform outside with the wind blowing and the sun beating down and wiping my brow or wiping, sweat off my nose, or piece of horsehair gets on my face. And so my face gets touched throughout the day just because that's the nature of being in an environment that gets dusty, dirty, gritty, windy, and sun exposed. It didn't hold up. It was completely missing off of my nose, and I'm just really disappointed in it. It was just a big fat fail for me. I guess I had expectations for it being a Chanel product or foundation. I had never tried a Chanel foundation before that. I'm pretty new to the brand. I own a lipstick and a lip liner by them. And that is all. The girls have been really great when I've been by there, and they've hooked me up with a bunch of their skincare samples, none of which I've been impressed with. I just think they're overpriced because they have the Chanel logo on there. So, with that being said, when I returned the rose beige to the mall, the full bottle, and got my money back and had them give me samples of the 30 beige and 20 beige, when I put the 30 on in the morning, I looked like I had jaundice. It was very sallow looking on my face, and I thought, well, everything I read said that it does need to. It oxidizes and will adjust. And it did, but it was still too dark to start with, so I had to mix in some of the 20. And even though it did move to the cooler side for me throughout the day, the longevity of it just is not there for me. So I don't know how many icky reviews or bad reviews or unimpressed reviews there will be. I mean, I'm not even going to say it was just okay. I mean, it was totally and completely lackluster. And had I not known that it was a Chanel foundation, I would have told you that it was a drugstore foundation. And I'm not talking about 2011 drugstore foundation. I'm talking about late 80s, early 90s foundations. Yeah. Not happy with it. So that's my review on the Chanel. It's a big fat fail for me. And I will keep searching. I actually think the foundation that I'm wearing today is going to be the winner. And that is the Hourglass foundation. I'm really, really loving it. And of course, the $55 one would fail, and the $60 one would come out like a rock star, because that inevitably is how things go in my world. But not always, because I actually like my Clarins Everlasting foundation better than my Dior Skin Nude, and it's $10 a bottle cheaper than the Dior. And really, they're just charging whatever they want to charge, because they know they set a price point and people will in fact pay it because they want their product. So, not necessarily because it's superior to anyone else's. So, that, without repeating myself, which I'm sure I have in this video, I'm just really disappointed. I mean, it's Chanel, and I really wanted to love it. Like the Clarins, when I discovered their foundation, I had absolutely no predisposition or premeditated ideas. No suppositions of what it would be, and was surprised. Chanel, I expected to be fabulous. It might photograph well, and it might be a great, I'm only going to air-conditioned environments and live inside. I mean, truly, I don't think Chanel caters to the outdoorsy type. I think it caters to women whose feet never get dirty type, which is fine. But it just didn't perform, regardless of who they're catering to. So that is my review, guys. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And we will see you when we see you. Bye.